All right. The first section of define the problem, which is our criterion A, is actually defining what our problem is. Okay. And so what we like to focus on are these four questions so we can really lay out what the problem is that you're trying to solve. So this first box, you're going to talk about what is the problem that is actually trying to be solved. So some of these projects, we're basically telling you, here's what you're going to be making. But that's not the problem. The problem is not, I need to make this. The problem is, what is that object that you're making? What problem is that solving? Okay, so for instance, if if your project's to build a birdhouse, right? So what is it that birdhouse, what problem is that solving when you actually build it? Is it an aesthetic thing in the yard? Is it that you're really focusing on birds having a home in your yard? Is part of the problem that you want more wildlife in there? And so, is there something you can add to the birdhouse that's going to actually help solve that problem as well? And so, you really need to think about what is the problem, not necessarily I need to build a birdhouse. It's what is that birdhouse solving? Okay, what is that problem that it's solving? Okay, and so that's what you're going to be putting in here. Complete sentences, really being thorough about your answer. Who is having the problem? That's going to be up to you. That's going to be your client. So you decide who that client is going to be. What are you hoping to achieve by solving this problem? Okay, so depending on what the problem is, what is it that you're hoping for by creating a solution to solve that problem? What is it that you're hoping for? And then lastly, why is this problem worth solving? You're going to justify why you're solving this problem. When we talk about justifying the problem, these are real world problems that you're doing. So why is this worth solving? It should not be so I can get a good grade in design class. Why is the problem we're solving should be real life implications. So if we're talking about the birdhouse, what is it? Why is that worth doing? Why is it worth solving that problem? If you can't find a reason to build the birdhouse in the yard, then that's not worth solving. And so you need to have a justification on why it is that you're going to be creating that. Okay, and so that's your first section right here, which is really laying out what the problem is, who the client is, and why it's worth solving.